Welcome back to Balderdash Academy. Let's see our points. We have myself in last place with 10 points. We have a tie between Marie and Nate with 20. Steve, our current reigning champion, is at 24 points, and in the lead is Molly McGill with 28 points.
Can I interrupt real quick, Headmaster?
Yes.
So I was leading at halftime, correct? And then...
No. Oh, yes, you were leading at halftime.
Yeah, and then I got 2 points after the half, and Molly got 3 points. But somehow Molly is now ahead by 4 points.
So Molly got 5 points.
Oh, wait, she got
points,
the...
10 points and 3 points. Yeah.
Right. She got the Paul Pierce golden
Back off,
shower
Coach.
points. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure this is competitive and we're all playing
Oh,
fairly.
it's on. Oh, it is.
Yeah. So
Let's have an instant
Coach
replay.
is just trying to make sure that we're all following the rules that ensure that he wins.
Exactly.
All right. Well, there's the tone. It's time for our final pop quiz of the night. This pop quiz is from the head of Home Ec and Wellness, Ms. Marie Stewart Harmon. Marie?
Hello, everybody. So lovely to have you all here. In the past few weeks, I have been trying to give you a tip, a home economic tip, an everyday struggle that you might encounter, especially in this weird time that we're in right now. But this week, I'd like to focus on our own health and our own wellness. And something that I personally have been struggling with recently is falling asleep and sleeping all the way through the night. So, I'd like to hear... yeah, it is. It can be very, very frustrating, as we know from our guidance earlier. We are all dealing with frustrating situations. So when you are trying to get a full night's sleep and sleep all the way through the night, what do? Faculty, Professor McGill, would you like to share with us?
When I'm trying to sleep through the night and I can't, what do I do?
Well, what would you do to help prepare yourself to fall asleep quickly and sleep through the night?
All right, so it's a pretty simple recipe. There's some nights that I go to bed and I literally cannot sleep, and that is not a lie. I have wax earplugs that I use because somebody snores. And so I put those in, and when that doesn't work, I usually just turn to a couple bottles of wine.
Bottles, plural.
Yeah, and that usually just, that does it. I get a full night's sleep, don't wake up for anything.
And then if you don't finish the bottle, you can use your wax earplug to...
Yep. So it's really a combo. If the ear, it's like a a checklist. If the earplugs don't work, just go drink a couple bottles of wine.
Got it. All right. Wonderful. Guidance counselor Nate. Guidance Green.
I find that when I'm struggling to fall asleep, I do a couple of things. One, I start by just taking a shower, a nice warm shower, just to loosen up the muscles, just to kind of clear your head, get a shower thought or two, so that way I felt like I actually used my brain that day. And then I make sure I'm dry, because one time I didn't, and the sheets were just a mess. It was awful. Dry off. So that's what I do when I first try to get over that hump. If that doesn't work, I then fall back to my teenage years, and I just put on Red Dawn and watch that. A little British comedy helps me fall right asleep. My kids hate that I do it in their bedroom, though.
Wolverines!
British comedy.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
Is it? Red Dwarf.
Okay.
Red Dwarf. Not Red Dawn.
There we go.
I was
What he's
we watched a
saying
very
is
different
smoke him
movie.
a kipper, he'll be back for breakfast.
Yeah. I'm like, it's either research and development or Red Dawn, and I was wrong on both things.
It's Parks and Recreation.
It's Battlestar
Red Dwarf.
Galactica.
And I am making an announcement.
Yes.
Danny John Jules is the most perfect representation of a cat in media. I stand by that.
Have you seen the movie Cats?
Yes.
Don't.
How about Zoobly Zoo?
Oh.
Danny John Jules, if it's not the cat from Red Dwarf, it's not a cat. So Marie, who has an answer for you?
Coach Steve here. What do you think? How would you fall asleep at night?
Mine is similar in nature to Nate. A lot of people like to put on TV, kind of fall asleep to that, put on a podcast, put on, some white noise. What I like to do is obviously put on Gangs of New York. And it is so slow and dark that by the time Liam Neeson's dead, I am fast asleep. The soothing sound of Daniel Day-Lewis with an American accent just puts me out.
Okay, Daniel Day-Lewis in the American accent. Great.
Or Lincoln. Lincoln works too, because he's got an American accent in that one too.
Yes, he does. Headmaster, do you have any advice for me?
I do. Sleep is very important, especially to get you through the day, especially when you're dealing with students on a daily basis. So the best way to deal with not being able to sleep is simply don't sleep.
Okay.
Get up, take a deep breath, maybe make yourself a nice pot or 5 of coffee, sit down, maybe grade a little paper, maybe write a book, maybe edit a show about a fake school. There's many, many things that you can do when other people are wasting their time getting the sleep that they need so they won't die.
Yeah. That is, an effective use of your time, for sure. So we have Professor McGill's wax earplugs and 2 bottles of wine. We have Guidance Green's, he has a warm shower. He has a couple of thoughts. He dries off, and then he watches Red Dawn or Red Dwarf.
That's a mashup I would pay money to watch. The Russians invade the United States. Lister, together with Rimmer, go on the attack. Right?
All
the
performed
Scudders are
by
there
Betty
up
White.
in a tree firing down on the tank. It's heartbreaking.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Coach Steve also takes the watching or listening aspect of putting on some podcast or TV, specifically a Daniel Day-Lewis doing an American accent film.
Make sure Liam Neeson dies at some point as well. That'd be good.
Ideally.
In the first 5 minutes, yeah. Just totally waste his appearance.
Of course. And then, or we could follow Headmaster Bob's, just don't sleep and do anything else. Like anything.
Anything.
Visiting faculty Dave, how would you like to score these answers?
I'm going to give Nate 3 points because he sort of brought back up the golden shower and wet sheets.
Call back.
And I'd like to give the headmaster 5 points for hitting way too close to home.
Yeah.
Well, I do have 3 very simple things that I can share to you. According to Harvard Medical School, the 3 key things that you can do to ensure you fall asleep quickly and sleep all the way through the night is 1, create a regular sleep schedule. If you go to bed normally around 10 or 11 o'clock, try not to stay up too late on other nights. And even on your day off, try to wake up at the normal time that your body wants to wake up. 2, avoid caffeine and alcohol.
No.
I know, we all love caffeine and alcohol. However, it does have actual scientific correlation to not helping you sleep throughout the night. I know.
Works like a charm. Harvard.
You enjoy those bottles, Molly.
Harvard.
And 3rd, napping. I love naps. I love naps, but they are not always helpful to help you fall asleep in the when you want to go to bed at night. The key is to keep your nap between 20 and 30 minutes and before 5 p.m. Thank you, Harvard Medical School.
Harvard schmarvard.
So you just need a little cat nap.
Just a quick one prior to 5 p.m.
I take a nap every single day. It's about 8 hours. Mm-hmm. And I feel totally refreshed, so I'm pro nap.
There you go.
'Cause that's all you need, right? All right, so our points right now stand with myself at 15 points. There is no longer a tie. We have Marie with 20 points, followed by Nate with 23. Reigning champion, Coach Steve with 24. With a 4-point lead going into our final game, we have Molly with 28 points. It is now time for Technically Correct.
Oh, I suck at this game.
Technically, that's correct.
That's technically correct.
Love it.
I will read a description of a movie that is technically correct. Our faculty members will all come up with an answer as fast as possible and present it one by one. Dave will award points based on the answers he likes best. Our first movie. The description is, it's a movie about a cancer survivor who tries to find a cure so he can rebuild his relationship with his lost love. Again, it is about a cancer survivor who tries to find a cure so he can rebuild his relationship with his lost love. Nate, what do you have?
Patch Adams.
Patch Adams. All right. Marie, what do you have?
Rain Man.
Rain Man. Steve, what have you?
RoboCop.
RoboCop for Steve. And Molly?
Cocoon.
Cocoon. The answer is obviously Deadpool. So,
True. Wow, actually.
Dave, how would you like to score that?
Oh my God! Can you review the answers again, please?
Of course. So the question, once again, it's about a cancer survivor who tries to find a cure so he can rebuild his relationship with his lost love. You had Nate with Patch Adams, Marie with Rain Man, Steve with RoboCop, and Molly with Cocoon.
Oh my God! I'm gonna give all four of you 5 points.
5 across the board. All right. So, our next movie is the story of Midwestern teenagers who finally find the man of their dreams. Steve.
Red Dawn.
That was a given.
All right, once again, it is the story of Midwestern teenagers who finally find the man of their dreams. Marie.
Thelma and Louise. Brad Pitt's
All
Real
right,
Dreaming.
Nate. Thelma and Louise.
Oh, that's so good.
Bill
What
and
do you got,
Ted's
Nate?
Excellent Adventure.
Oh, come on.
All right, and I'm purposely leaving you last, Molly.
Just think of any movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
Obviously, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Obviously, teenage boy. He went to the donkey. It's like, I don't know.
Well, Molly is the closest with the nightmare fuel that is Pinocchio, because the obvious answer about the story of Midwestern teenagers who finally find the man of their dreams is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Man of their. I see what you did there.
That's clever. Bob, you're getting good at this.
Dave, how would you like to score this?
Can you give me a review of the answers again?
I will give you a review. We have Steve with Red Dawn. We have Marie with Thelma and Louise. We have Nate with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and we have Molly with Pinocchio.
I'm gonna give Nate 5 points because that is
5 points for Nate. All right. The next movie is the story of a woman who learns to love the players but hate the game. Again, it's the story of a woman who learns to love the players but hate the game. Marie, what do you have?
The Blind Spot with Sandra Bullock.
Blind Spot, which is a much better movie than The Wet Spot. Nate, what do you have?
Into the Woods.
Into the Woods. The happy tale about a guy who died eating potatoes. Steve, what do you have?
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. And I'm going to take a small pause just to read one more time that it is.
What is it?
The story of a woman who learns to love the players but hate the game. Who do we have next? Who haven't I
Just think
called
of any
on?
movie.
It's obviously
Molly.
Aaron Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich. All right. So the story of a woman who learns to love the players but hate the game is about the Hunger Games. So very
Nice.
close. You all did very well. So
Nice.
Dave, we had Marie with The Blind Spot. We had Nate with Into the Woods, which I called the wrong movie. So I apologize for that. Into the Woods is a good movie. We have Steve with Kill Bill. We have Molly with Aaron Brockovich. Dave, how would you like to score?
I need to give Steve points because Kill Bill's awesome. And let's see. Let's give him 4 points.
Oh, keeping it competitive.
4
I
points
like
for
it.
Steve.
I like it.
As an aside, I now want to see a mashup of Into the Woods and Into the Wild.
Yes.
So-
Oh, that's what you were.
Just don't eat those mushrooms.
Don't eat, no. No. All right, our final movie for technically correct is the story of an assistant that escapes just in time after seeing his boss die in a terrorist attack. It's the story of an assistant that escapes just in time after seeing his boss die in a terrorist attack. Steve, what do you have?
It's The Road.
The Road, feel-good movie of the year.
True.
All right, The Road. Marie, what do you have?
The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. So right after the terrorist attack is when he runs in screaming sanctuary.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that makes sense. Yeah. Nate, what do you have?
The Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
It's gonna come back at least once an episode.
Which is our perennial first film. So again, it is the story of an assistant that escapes just in time after seeing his boss die in a terrorist attack. Now let's see. I've called on Nate.
It'd be
I
this.
called on the
It's
coach.
Bob. It's okay.
I called on-
This would be obviously Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane.
True.
The correct answer about the story of an assistant that escapes just in time after seeing his boss die in a terrorist attack is, of course, Back to the Future.
A boss is a stretch, though, Bob. That's a stretch.
He works for him.
They're just friends. They're weird friends that are
He
like
works for
30
them. All
years
right.
apart. But
So,
they're
Dave, we have Steve with The Road. We have Marie with The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We have Nate with Shawshank Redemption. Molly with Snakes on a Plane. How would you like to score?
Marie's was the only thing even close to being original, so I'm gonna give her, her 3 points. And I think it was the Lon Chaney silent edition.
3 points for Marie. 3 points for Marie.
Still in last place. It's fine.
So, we have our final points. Are you ready?
no.
And I'm doing this before the moral for a very good reason.
Uh-oh.
So, at last place is myself with 15 points. Next, we have Marie with a solid 28, leaving us with a three-way tie between
What?
Molly, Nate, and Steve, each
No.
having 33
Dave.
points.
Did you know that, Dave?
He did this intentionally. This whole thing was just a game to him. I like how he could have done a four-way tie, but Marie was just.
Too many numbers.
So,
Who likes health and wellness?
to decide our winner, we will be playing a pickup game of Mask Charade. For those who have not seen the Mask Charade segment, what happens will Dave secretly told Marie a topic. Marie will then play a game of charades to describe what the name of that topic is. The rest of the faculty, with their blindfolds on, will try to guess based on my poor description of Marie's charades. So, Nate, Molly, Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
Marie,
Yes.
are you ready?
Yes.
You may begin. Stop. She's holding her hand up. She's telling you
Stop
not
in
to
the
do
name of
something.
love.
Stop in the...
Stop, hammer time.
She's... We don't know how many words it is. We
Stop
we
guessing.
don't know what the category is. All right, 5 words. Okay.
Don't stop believing.
Herself. She's pointing at herself.
Me.
Marie?
I.
She...
Yes, Molly. First word.
I.
What was that?
I.
I is the first
Oh,
word.
okay.
I believe in
She's-
life after love.
She's angry. She's pulling something towards her.
I want to
She's
know what love
emoting.
I wanna know
She-
what love is.
I want
to
to rock and roll.
She is looking at her pinky finger.
I lost a pinky.
She's counting. She's clutching hands. She's...
I want to hold your hand.
Yes!
Is
All
that
right.
it?
I was trying to say fifth letter, fifth word.
I wanna hold your
I
hand.
want to hold your hand was the name of the song. That
was-
means in sudden death, our continuing reigning champion is
Unbelievable.
Coach Steve Cording.
I did it again. I'm the new Nate, guys.
All right. And that leads us to the moral of tonight's broadcast. After interviewing Dave, hearing what he had to say, after talking with the faculty, and just experiencing tonight, the moral of the story is clear. When the coach is in a dark room sitting in his gaming chair, if he picks up a ruler, run. Because Steve, our coach, is Attila the Nun. Thank you for joining us at Balderdash Academy. Remember, you can hit like and subscribe. You can tell your friends about us. You can hit the bell icon to make sure you know when we release new episodes. Find our merchandise on our website. And on behalf of the faculty of Balderdash Academy, we hope that you stick around and see what we do next in our secret little broadcast. Otherwise, have a good night. Class is dismissed.
If you love Balderdash Academy, consider donating to Main Repertory Theater, our brick and mortar home for original improv and scripted comedy. Closed due to the pandemic, Main Rep could use your help to stay open. Visit their GoFundMe page, their website, mainrepertorytheater.com, or on social media to contribute.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. You can find us on your favorite podcast service as Balderdash Academy.
Join us next time for our first bonus episode with David Hanright, where we talk about what skateboards and algebra have in common. Oh, and pay attention, and you can see our headmaster pronounce his name 2 different ways. All on the next episode of Balderdash Academy. I wanna hold your hand.
Go Dashers!